In the days leading to amputation, I practically lived in the car, rushing from doctor to doctor to doctor. Except for one day. You're joining me on the Monday before amputation, and we're going on an adventure. Yes, I know, my windshield is filthy and my OCD is activated too. Quick! Pause! See that spot? Yes, that spot right there. Something dangerous and unexpected is going to happen in that very spot, so watch till the end. Do that, and I promise I'll wash my windshield. Take a good look at the surrounding scenery. We may be driving past it now, but in a few moments, I'll be racing across it in a wheelchair, because today is the Independence Day Freedom Run. It was a beautiful summer's day. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. Okay, maybe there was one cloud, but seriously, enough with the OCD people. As I was saying, it was a beautiful summer's day. The leaves were bright and green and, oh, don't look at those. Or those. Or that tree. Or that one. Maybe it was summer when I raced the 15K, but today isn't that day. Today's the day I went back to film it. But that's okay, because the day I reenacted everything turned out to be even more eventful than the day of the race. You see, on race day, I didn't get much footage, but a lack of footage is a common amputee problem. The seasons had turned and I was literally on my last leg by the time I made it back to film. A special thanks to my buddy Laisha, who filmed today's adventure.
So we'll pretend it's July. Happy 4th of July.
We better not get run over. That'd be tragic. You know, if you're
as long as I don't get run over, we're cool.
I totally jinxed it.
Well, the morning of, we just we're in a hurry because we didn't have as much time as we thought we did, and so I'm like,
I can't remember why though. Did we wake up late or
no? I think we just timed it bad.
The drive through the mountains took longer than expected. We've reached the starting line a minute before the race would begin.
We pull in here, the starting line is right there.
I'm like, oh no, imagine 100 runners.
Yeah, it was a lot of people. So I pull over here.
And we park right here.
And don't hit the tree. So we pull here. Hurry and get her out.
Hurry up.
Pin on my lucky number.
Oh, they're starting in 30 seconds. No pressure. Okay. Already panting and we haven't started.
But yeah, so we drove up and the race is about to start. And I'm driving in through all these people. They let me get in.
Note how I strategically angle my body so I look like a two-legger, but I'm not. No missing feet here. It's July.
The clock was ticking.
And so I get her out of she gets out of the car, gets in her thing.
Get it out. It's starting. No pressure, they're just about to start.
Pretty sure.
That was I was just oh my goodness. Except while I hurry up and crawl into my chair while you're all watching and waiting for me.
When sitting in a racing wheelchair, you're squeezed into a tight cage with your legs folded underneath you beneath the seat. This is an important detail to remember for what happens later. If you're wondering why I'm heading straight for that long, it isn't because I'm blind. It's because the steering mechanism was stiff and I was having a hard time getting it to engage.
You get her in the line
very slowly and with a ton of people watching. Note how I can't propel myself and steer at the same time. An extra hand would have been super useful, and I thought I was only short on legs.
I will make it to the starting line.
Gravity was definitely not on my side, a lesson I would learn yet again during the reenactment.
Okay, let me make sure there's not a car.
Yeah, that'd be sad.
Okay, there's not one around the bend, so if you hurry.
After my speedy dash to the starting line, it was time to begin. Start your engines. On your mark, get set, go! And they're off. In a racing wheelchair, there are epic moments when you're flying down the road, but those moments come at a cost, and it looks like this. The problem of pushing and steering simultaneously is magnified exponentially on uphill curves. Before you go down, you've got to go up, and it's a long, hard slog.
That's not good. Yeah.
One arm deals with the uphill, while the other arm deals with the curve. One steering, one pushing. So I'm going up the hill single-handed. If the hill is too steep, or you're not fast enough getting your hand from the bottom of one push back to the top of the wheel for the next push, you can start rolling backwards.
Oh no. Oh no, the brake's not working.
Gravity is a beast. If that's not challenging enough for you,
I'm filming you filming me.
You could always up the difficulty by filming at the same time.
That's okay, I'll just reach it. I can pick up a phone.
To make things even more interesting, in a racing wheelchair, you're essentially sitting over the fulcrum of a teeter-totter. A teeter-totter where the front end weighs a lot less than you do. My first time in a racing chair was only a couple days before the race. Some of my wheelchair buddies, Nathan, Byrne, and Nick, surprised me by getting a chair up to Logan for me to use. This video is dedicated to them. Thanks, guys. When Nathan was teaching me how to use his chair, he warned me not to lean back, otherwise the front wheel could come up and I could fall. I nodded, making a mental note to be careful. A few minutes later, I absent-mindedly reached back for my wheelchair gloves. Some lessons are best learned from the school of hard knocks. In this case, a literal hard knock.
I'm okay.
I've remembered that lesson ever since. Amid the mountainous terrain, the day of the race followed a consistent pattern. On uphills, runners would pass me. On downhills, I would pass them. Eat my dust. Only to have them catch up with me on the next uphill. My speed varied as much as the slope, from 30-ish miles per hour down to 0 and everywhere in between.
Seriously? That's just insulting.
Filming the reenactment followed a surprisingly similar pattern, except this time it was my camera woman buddy running after me.
Maybe you should get in the car and you can drive along and hop out periodically. Because this might be a long jog in flip-flops. Good hustle.
Yeah.
I heard flip-flops going. Okay, we're going to cheat now and get in the car. Don't tell.
All right, take 2. Now we're gonna see if we can do this an easier way. Besides running the whole way and then coming back to the van eventually. We're never swimming this fast. I don't know how I'm gonna catch up. But we're gonna try.
Leisha pulled into the lead, which made perfect sense. She had 4 wheels and I only had 3. Cheater.
Let me crash.
Yeah, good hustle. Yeah, you said that you were going to putter along.
You did not putter. I don't putter about.
Both the race and an afternoon of puttering about drew to a climax at the base of a massive hill. During the race, I remember wishing that it ran in the opposite direction, so I could go down this mountainside instead of up it.
Oh no! The hill goes up. Has a significantly steep hill. We can do this. Yeah. It's okay if you hear music or voices, as long as everyone else hears them too. You're just jealous because they're talking to me.
I crawled my way up by sheer willpower. Pure triumph coursed through my veins when I made it to the top.
I made it up the hill. Woohoo!
The last leg of the race was flat, with onlookers cheering the runners on. If you'd like to see more marathon videos, tell me in the comments. I crossed the finish line, grinning from ear to ear, and waited for Nathan. I have no doubt that he would have beat me if the wheel on his borrowed chair hadn't started to come off mid-race. True story. I'll always be grateful to him for letting me use his chair. It was the beginning of my love for racing. Though the week would end in amputation, it had begun in triumph. On the day of filming, things took a more dramatic turn.
I'll race you down the hill.
My car was parked at the bottom of the gargantuan hill. After battling gravity all the way up, I felt I'd earned the reward of zooming back down. Little did I know that gravity was about to get the best of me.
Okay, here we go.
Be careful.
Famous last words. While I lie face down on the ground, let's replay the crash from Leisha's point of view. It's hard to see from that far away, but here's what happened. I wanted both hands free for such a steep decline, so I set my phone in my lap, fixed on the speedometer. The chair began accelerating faster than I'd ever experienced before. I scanned the terrain ahead, looking for any bumps or curves. A mistake at this speed could be catastrophic. The bottom of the hill had a subtle curve, and gravel strewn across one side of the path. Not wanting to hit it at top speed and lose traction, I reached for the brake. It was unresponsive. The terrain flew by faster than my heartbeat. I reached for the steering mechanism. It locked up. The wheelchair began shaking violently. Time slowed to a standstill as I pelted uncontrollably toward my doom. Every second the crash drew nearer. I could see it in my mind's eye. The chair shook harder. My mind was strangely calm. I knew the chair was going to crash. There's no way it wouldn't. Both of my legs were trapped within the tight metal frame. If the wheelchair rolled, what would happen to my freshly amputated leg? If I hit it hard enough, would it need to be re-amputated higher up? What if I went over my neck or my back? I didn't want to find out. I remember thinking, I'm not sticking around for this. If I was going to crash, I was going to crash on my terms, so I bailed. But not yet. It felt like minutes, but was only fractions of seconds that I stared unblinkingly at the road, waiting for the moment when the out-of-control front wheel would leave the asphalt and hit the dirt. That moment was my only hope of the chair slowing down before I bailed. I took a deep breath. The wheel hit. I pushed off the footplate with my only foot and leaped through the air. As a black belt in Aikido, I've spent many years honing my ability to take high-impact falls. Now my life would depend on my training. I leapt slightly off to the side of the wheelchair, not wanting to get run over. My forearms formed straight lines so as to diffuse the force. I turned my face and landed with crushing force. For a few moments I lay there, realizing that I'd made it. I'd survived. Leisha came rushing down the hill towards my unmoving figure.
I'm okay. Did you hit? No.
I'll spare you the gory pictures, but basically I'd lost a lot of skin from my elbows and forearms. It could have been a lot worse. A couple of good Samaritans gave me, Leisha, and the poor wheelchair a ride back to my van.
Thank you! Okay, we'll load up and call it a day.
The wheelchair was a little worse for wear. When I saw that one of the wheels wouldn't turn, I worried how Nathan would react. Thankfully, he was as kind as ever, and even told me about the time he'd crashed the chair himself. My husband was able to fix the wheel, and all's well that ends well. And it really did end well. True, it'd take several weeks for my skin to heal, and I'd be left with a permanent scar. And maybe the chair would have appreciated me not crashing it. But new friends had come together to put me in that chair in the first place. For the first time since becoming crippled, I felt fast and free. Strangers had offered help right when I needed it. An old friend had stuck by me, laughing and sharing in a fun adventure. And the training that my Aikido senseis had drilled into me for years had come to the rescue. The sun was still shining. There was still only that one cloud in the sky, and at the end of the day, despite the bumps and bruises,
That looked tough.
life is still a pretty grand thing. The way I see it, life is full of adventures. Some of them fun, others not so much. But they're all part of our life story. Whatever you're going through, look for the happy moments. And if you can't find any, make them, trusting that more will follow. I'm Stefanina. Thank you for joining me on my amputee adventures. You didn't think I'd forget about the car wash, did you? And my windshield is officially clean.